Feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank.
Hey everybody, welcome to the post-show wrap-up of the Shrimp Tank. I'm your co-host Ted Jenkins, sitting here with my co-host Lee Heisman, of course our guest today, Clayton Romero and Brandon Duke. They are the co-founders of Novis Opera. You have to check this out. They are masters at storytelling, and if your business needs to know how to tell a story, whether it's on your website or you want to do a podcast in the studio or something like that, these are the guys to talk to.
Gentlemen, well, speaking about that, can you tell our audience and our listeners here, what is Novis Opera? I mean, you offer it to businesses, to personal. Tell the whole story.
Yeah, for sure. So Novis Opera is a production studio that does everything from if you want to learn how to publish your own book and want to go through something like Kindle, up to I've got a business and I need to figure out how to tell my story to my customer base. We're the guys to come to help you get that done. As a general rule, people are bad at telling their own stories. We're good at telling stories, so let us do it for you.
Well, guys, let's talk about that because as you mentioned, and we may have some new entrepreneurs that are watching the video or entrepreneurs that are kind of stuck in mud and thinking about how to grow their top line revenue, but maybe their story isn't resonating on the website or maybe that marketing message isn't getting out there the right way. What is the biggest mistake or what big mistakes do business owners make when they're trying to tell their story to the public?
I think the biggest mistake they make is just people focusing on the wrong details because, you know, there's insider information and then there's what the public at large sees. Like if you're on the inside of doing a thing, you can get super into all the minute details and the how-to of this, that, or the other. But the public, most of the time, they just want to know what can that do for me?
Right.
And if you're going to tell your story, you have to do it in a way, is this bit of information going to be useful to the people who might buy my product or get my service to say, oh, this is, you know, because obviously people are going to be shopping around looking at different services. You have to feel like, how do I present myself in a way to stand out or to say maybe I'm more knowledgeable or maybe I'm going to do this in a way that's tailored just to your specific needs
smart.
Versus, okay, here's how the thing is done and here's A, B, C, D of the process. Okay, that's fine, that's cool, but if you have someone who's not into deep diving into like, you know, the specifics of like concrete making.
Right.
You know, they only care like, okay, so can you do this nice cool thing with my driveway where it loops around my flowers and, you know, or you can maybe make cool patterns, you know, like laying in, you know, stones in the middle of it. You know, that's the stuff that, you know, again, how you do it isn't necessarily as cool to like say your audience or your potential customers as what you can do. And it's
also Ted. Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
Brandon, I interrupted you.
No, I'm saying that no, it's really, you have to kind of like adopt like almost an outsider's perspective when it comes to telling your own story, because sometimes you can get very lost in the details of how you do it. So you lose perspective on what someone else who has no idea what you're doing, what they think is interesting about your business versus, you know, what you think is interesting about your business.
And, you know, that's what we promote to our entrepreneurs all the time is, you know, you can't be a master of everything. And that's why you hire an accountant, you hire an attorney, and you hire a firm like theirs to do this particular storytelling job. But this is the part of the show and the post-show that I'm most excited about. In the show, these gentlemen referenced the movie Usual Suspects, and Clayton, being such a wonderful storyteller, is going to read a small monologue from Kaiser Sose in multiple voices, just for a little entertainment for our listeners.
We'll go with the three ones here. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. And then poof, he was gone. One of the stories the guys told me, the story I believe, was from his days in Turkey. See, there was this gang of Hungarians who wanted to own their own mob, and they realized that it wasn't just power with guns and money that you need. It was that you had to be willing to do the thing that the other guys wasn't willing to do. So Kaiser comes home to see these guys with his wife and kids, and he shoots his wife, and he shoots his kids, and he shows these men of will what real will was. He says, I wouldn't rather live another day with my kids and wife seeing the shame of this. And then he goes and he kills their kids and their wives. He kills kids that owe them money. Keaton says, I don't believe in God, but I'm scared of him. Well, I believe in God,
And I'm scared of Kaiser Sose.
Oh. Thank you so much, Clayton. I put Clayton on the spot, guys. Not only will Clayton do that for you, but they'll do a lot more for your business if you get in touch with them. Brandon, what is the best way for people to get in touch with your firm?
You can go through our website, novisopera.com. There's several different email addresses you can reach us. You can go to imr@novisopera.com or publisher@novisopera.com. We're on all the social media. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We're on Twitch, TikTok. So yeah, we're all over. You can reach out to us to any one of those venues. The messaging is always on. Someone's always checking the emails. Hit us up.
Well, folks, I have to tell you, if you're thinking about growing your business today, it's never been more important to have content out on your website. Now, whether that's going to be videos that your customers are going to watch, or you have content that's rich in terms of the storyboard on your website, it's incredibly important. It's why you need guys like these to be able to do this. And if you want to watch a really cool story about somebody that's branded with a family name, check out the video that Lee and I interviewed the Williamson brothers. They are the largest seller now of barbecue sauce in all of Georgia. Imagine being able to get your barbecue sauce not only all over the place, but in every single store, every single grocery store here in Georgia. Check it out. Watch that video and you'll learn more. And that's the post-show wrap-up of the Shrimp Tank.
I've been feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank.